Job interviews are terrifying. You sit in a small room with strangers who hold the power to decide your future. They smile politely, but you know they're silently judging every word you say, every blink, even the way you sit. So when I had my dream job interview, I thought, why stress? I'll just let artificial intelligence coach me. AI can do everything now, write essays, solve math, generate meal plans, maybe even find my soulmate. Surely it can give me the perfect interview. Answers. Oh, it gave me answers, all right? But instead of helping me land the job, those answers turned my professional interview into a one-man comedy show. The night before, I sat at my desk like a student cramming for finals. I opened a chatbot and typed, "Teach me how to crush a job." Interview, make me sound brilliant. The AI went into overdrive. It spit out paragraphs that looked like they came straight from a motivational book called How to Impress Humans for Dummies. It told me to use bold metaphors, show visionary energy, sound unique, unforgettable, and priceless. On paper, it looked amazing. In reality, it was like preparing for a stand-up routine instead of a job interview. But of course, I didn't know that yet. The next morning, I walked into the company building. I wore my sharpest suit, polished shoes, and carried AI-generated confidence. I sat in the waiting area rehearsing in my head. I am like Wi-Fi. Hiring me is like buying a Tesla. My value is eternal. Other candidates were flipping through resumes nervously. I sat there like a superhero about to reveal my secret weapon. Spoiler, the weapon backfired. The first question is always easy. Tell me about yourself. Normally, people say something like, I'm hardworking, I have experience in this field, and I'm passionate about the industry. But not me. AI told me, stand out, use a metaphor. So I smiled confidently and said, I'm like Wi-Fi. When I'm present, everything connects. When I'm gone, everything falls apart. The silence in the room was deafening. One interviewer blinked, another tapped their pen. I realized I had just compared myself to a router dot. Then came the classic. What's your greatest weakness? AI had coached me. Don't admit weakness. Transform it into a strength. So I proudly answered, my weakness is that I love working so much. Sometimes I forget to blink. The HR manager looked at me like I might actually be a malfunctioning robot. Which, to be fair, at that moment I was a human robot reading AI scripts. This is the big one. The AI said, sound powerful. Compare yourself to a luxury product. So I leaned forward and declared, hiring me is like upgrading from a bicycle to a Tesla, sleek, powerful, and occasionally hard to charge. Nobody laughed, not even a polite smile, just confusion. I started sweating. My AI battery was draining fast out. Then the interviewer asked the scariest question. What salary are you expecting? AI's advice? Be bold, sound visionary. So I said, money is temporary, but my value is eternal. That's not confidence. That's how you answer if you're running for president of the universe. The HR manager actually wrote something down. Probably, do not give eternal money. Finally, the interviewer asked, if you were an animal, what would you be? This was my last chance. A normal person would say dog, loyal, eagle visionary, or lion leader. But AI had insisted, say octopus, because you can multitask. With 8 arms, so I said I would be an octopus. Because I'm flexible, mysterious, and I can squeeze into tight spaces. At that exact moment, one interviewer lowered their pen, looked directly at me, and I swear I saw the words never hire appear in their eyes. The interview ended. I walked out of that office knowing 3 things. 1, I was definitely not getting the job. 2, I had accidentally performed a comedy show for free. 3, AI is a terrible career coach unless your dream job is professional octopus. Now here's the funny part. Even though AI sabotaged me, I walked away with some useful English vocabulary. Like Wi-Fi gives a funny metaphor for being essential. Priceless eternal value gives vocabulary for exaggeration. Luxury product comparison gives a trick often used in sales or marketing. Asterisk asterisk, flexible, multitasking gives classic job interview buzzwords. Octopus gives okay, maybe don't use this one. Unless you're applying at an aquarium. So yes, I failed the interview. But I succeeded in learning new ways to describe myself in English, just maybe not ways that get me hired. And that my friends, is the story of how I turned my job interview into a comedy sketch. Moral of the story: never trust AI's answers blindly, always test them out loud first. Because what looks good on the screen can sound absolutely ridiculous in real life. But hey, at least it gave me a story to share with you. And a reminder that English learning can be hilarious, awkward, and unforgettable. So, would you ever let AI coach you for a job interview? Tell me in the comments the weirdest interview advice you've ever received. And of course, subscribe, and stay tuned to Fluent with AI, where English learning is never boring, sometimes painful, but always entertaining.